In the today's session, we are going to discuss about jet transform, introduction part of jet transform. So here, in previous sessions, we discussed about Fourier series, and as well as we discussed about in that Fourier series, we discussed about continuous time Fourier series. Then we discussed uh, Fourier transform. There we discussed discrete time Fourier transform. In the today's session, we will deal about jet transform. The jet transform is a discrete time counterpart of a Laplace transform. Laplace transform maybe you studied in we discussed in a third semester. The jet transform converts difference equations into algebraic equations. Moreover, in the jet domain, the convolution of two time domain signals is equivalent to multiplication of their corresponding jet transform. So this property simplifies the analysis of the response of an LTI system to various input signals. I will repeat, this property simplifies the analysis of the response of an LTI system to various input signals. Therefore, the jet transform is an important tool in the study of discrete time analysis. It is a very important tool to study discrete time systems. Okay. Now, first we will see the purpose of discussing this JT. JT means jet transform. The purpose of why we have to study jet transform. So mainly we can list analysis of analysis of discrete time signals and systems. So first point is why we have to study the jet transform. It is easy to analysis of discrete time signals as well as systems. Okay. Now, in order to design the digital filter, designing of digital filter, it is very useful. Okay. So mainly analysis of discrete time signals and systems as well as uh, designing of digital filters. For these two purposes, JET-T makes very important role. Now, let's see the input output relationship of jet transform. Say, let us consider we have one discrete time system. Okay, few jet transform. For this discrete time signal, we have input x of n and output will be the x of jet, because inside the system jet transform operation is performed. So here it is the combination of what? Real as well as imaginary parts. The output of the system for the given system, it contains real part as well as imaginary parts. Okay, this is about brief discussion introduction about the jet transform. By using this jet transform representation for discrete time signals, we are able to obtain a broader characterization of systems. Very broader characteristics we are getting for the systems and their interaction with the signals than possible with than the DTFT. Already we discussed about DTFT. Comparing with DTFT, if you observe the jet transform, we are getting very broader characteristics of the systems. So because of that reason, it is very important. For example, let's see, the DTFT can be applied only to stable system. The DTFT can be applied. DTFT can be applied to only stable systems. Okay, whereas uh, the jet transform exists for unstable systems, and thus the jet transform can be used to study a much larger class of signals and system. It is a DTFT is a limited analysis, nothing but it is meant for only for stable system. So because of that reason we can say that jet transform can be used for study a much larger class of signals and systems. Okay, let's see the definition of Z transform. Definition of Z transform. Okay, the Z transform of a discrete time signal or a sequence x of n can be defined as x of Z is equal to summation over the limits n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n multiplied by Z to the power minus n. So this is the definition of Z transform, where Z is a complex variable. Here Z is a complex variable. As I told, here see the output x of Z is the combination of real part as well as imaginary part. So we can say that Z is a complex variable. Complex variable means it is a combination of both real as well as imaginary part. So x of Z is the representation for Z transform of x of n. From this equation we can say that where x of Z is the what? It is the representation for Z transform of given sequence x of n. It can also be represented as like this, Z transform of x of n. X of Z is meaning nothing but it is the Z transform of x of n. The relationship between x of n and its Z transform can be indicated as the relationship between given signal x of n and Z transform and its Z transform can be indicated as pair, ZT pair, that is x of Z. So this is nothing but it is the relationship between the x of n and its Z transform. Okay, fine. Now the variable Z can also be represented in polar form as r into e to the power j omega. Okay, or we can write r e to the power j omega, we can write in terms of cos of omega plus j sin omega. So we return this complex variable in terms of polar form. Okay, where r is what? It is the magnitude. It is the magnitude of Z. Then omega E stands for it is the phase angle. It is the phase angle. Okay. So we discussed the definition of introduction of Z transform and purpose of Z transform and how we are going to represent for the system in terms of ZT we discussed. Then we discussed by comparing with the DTFT, we can say that it has a very vast, broader classification of characterization of given systems as well as signals. So then we discussed about definition of Z transform. Then we expressed the complex variable in terms of polar form. Now let's see types of Z transform. Now we will see types of Z transform. Based on the input, we are going to nothing but which kind of sequence we are applying for the system. Based on that, we are going to divide Z transform into two categories. Those are, first one is called as bilateral Z transform, or we can write bilateral means two-sided Z transform. Okay. Next classification, next type, that is unilateral Z transform, or we can write one-sided. Uni means one-sided Z transform. Okay. What it means? Which kind of Z is called as bilateral Z transform? Which kind of Z is called as unilateral Z transform? Let's see. See, already we discussed here. This is what definition of Z transform here. Question number 1. Okay, this is what definition of Z transform. Observe the limits here. The signal, the sequence, discrete time sequence x of n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. Nothing but here The jet transform defined in equation 1 is called as bilateral jet transform. It is called as bilateral jet T. So here once again I am writing x of z equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n multiplied by z to the power minus 1. This equation is called as bilateral jet transform, or we can say that two-sided jet transform. Why it is two-sided jet transform? Why it is bilateral jet transform? Reason is that since the summation is from minus infinity to plus infinity, that is summation is over all the integers, nothing but it has negative values as well as positive values. The range of n, the value of n has the both the values, negative values as well as positive values. Because of that reason, we are calling it as a two-sided or double-sided jet transform. Okay, coming to the unilateral jet transform, or we can say one-sided jet transform. Here, we are writing the definition as x of z is equal to a summation n equal to 0 to infinity x of n z to the power minus n. Okay, in this case the n has the values only for positive limits and has the only positive limits, positive values. It means from this equation we can say that what is kind of sequence it is x of n. X of n has nothing but the value of n has 0 to infinity. 0 to infinity means only positive values. So from this equation we can say that if x of n is causal sequence, if x of n is causal sequence, causal sequence means already we discussed x of n equal to 0 for what n is less than 0. X of n equal to 0 for n is less than 0. If this condition is satisfied, then the sequence is called as causal sequence. If it is so, for this causal sequence, if you calculate jet transform, that jet transform is called as unilateral jet transform, or we can say that one-sided jet transform. Okay, because the summation n equal to 0 to infinity, if the sequence exists only for, it means what, the system exists only for n is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, this is about the types of jet transform. Let's see reason of convergence, very important topic with respect to jet transform. While solving the numericals, must and should we have to write ROC for the problem. So ROC means reason of convergence, reason of convergence, or we can write ROC, reason of convergence. ROC is the reason where jet transform converges. So definition of reason of convergence means ROC is the reason where jet transform converges. What it means? Convergence means what? Or we can say that existence of jet transform. Very simple. Convergence means existence. Remember, convergence means existence. So the range of values of the complex variable z, it means the range of values of the complex variable z for which the jet transform converges is called as reason of convergence. Repeat, I will repeat. The range of values of the complex variable z for which the jet transform converges is called as the reason of convergence. So what is the significance? What is the significance of this ROC? Significance of ROC. Nothing but why we have to study ROC? Because we have to study ROC for following the reasons. ROC gives an idea about values of z for which jet transform can be calculated. If you know the ROC, then only we can calculate the jet transform. It means if and only if we know the values of z, then only we can calculate the jet transform. Okay. Second point, ROC can be used to determine causality of the system. What? This is used to find causality of the system. Second one, ROC can be used to determine stability of the system. Okay, this is about region of convergence. Okay, fine. Now let us see how we are going to express values on the Z plane. We'll discuss about Z plane, representation of Z plane. Very simple. See here, vertical axis. Now I am sketching the Z plane. This is 0. This is horizontal axis, real part of ZT, and vertical axis represents imaginary part of ZT. Fine. Radius is represented by R. This is phase angle. So this part will give what? R of cos omega. Already we discussed here. This one. Z is complex variable. Nothing but R of cos omega plus J R into sine omega. This part. Okay. Now, so this horizontal axis, this value indicates R of cos omega, and this part will give R of sine omega. So this figure shows the Z plane representation. This is what real part of Z. R of cos omega nothing but real part of Z, and this is nothing but imaginary part of Z. Of course, already we discussed Z equal to R into e to the power j omega. The complex variable we represented in terms of polar form, nothing but R into cos of omega plus j sine omega. If you simplify this one, R cos omega plus j R sine omega. Fine. This is what real part, and this is what it is imaginary part. So this is real part is R cos omega, imaginary part is R sine omega. So this is about a representation of Z plane. Let's